Can I just start this off by saying that I hate the New York Jets? I hate the New York Jets more than the Miami Dolphins. I hate the New York Jets more than the Patriots. Because when I go to New Era Field to watch a Buffalo Bills game, and it's a Bills-Jets game, and a Jets fan is trying to pick a fight with me, that makes me think to myself, Jets fans are not cool. And we'll just leave it at that. Of all the teams that I've watched, of all the teams I've seen come to New Era Field, I've seen the Jets probably more than any other Jets game in Orchard Park, the annual Jets game in Orchard Park, almost every year. I don't know why. It just seems like that's what ends up happening, based on the fact that that's when I can get tickets, that's when I can go. And I like the New York Jets versus Bills rivalry. I do. But to say the least, it's the fans, the visiting fans, the visiting Jets fans are terrible, at least in my experience, just in terms of how they interact with other fans. But it's a part of the game, and it is fun, so it is what it is. Hello, everybody. My name is Ryan Thomas. You're tuning into the Thomas Takes Sports Podcast, live on GrandstandSportsNetwork.com. And starting episode 3 of 32 picks in 32 days, presented by yours truly. And we just wrapped up picks 1 and 2 off the board already. Saquon Barkley, running back, goes to Cleveland. And for the New York Giants, guard Quentin Nelson of Notre Dame goes to the Giants. A little bit high for a guard, 100% in agreement with that. For the naysayers out there that disagree with me on that, it is high for a guard, but it is the position I think the Giants need the most. They pass on the quarterback to fortify the line. Seems like Pat Shurmur really wants to work with Eli Manning from everything that I've heard. So I'm going to go with that pick for the Giants. That means we're on to pick number 3, which is held by the before-mentioned New York Jets. I almost said Jats. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I can't spell. But to say the least, Jets fans have a lot to be excited about with this move up the board. They move up from 6 to 3, but the price was very heavy to do so. The Jets trade 3 second-round selections to the Indianapolis Colts to move up 3 spots on the board. Initially, I thought, well, you got to do what you got to do to get your franchise quarterback. But when you trade picks away to Indy, and those picks would definitely help the quarterback that you're looking to take in terms of his immediate impact / success. When you trade those picks away, it brings a very bad situation for the rookie. The rookie will come in, he'll have nobody around him. They just lost Austin Seferian-Jenkins, which I thought was a very curious cut, so to speak. Robbie Anderson did some decent things. Jermaine Kearse did some decent things. The defense looks okay. The front seven's pretty solid. But to say the least, I feel bad for who is going to be picked in this spot, who I believe will be picked in this spot, because I think he's going to struggle due to the fact that they don't have many weapons around him. And the Jets fans come back at me and say, well, they got $90 million in cap space. Who are they going to spend it on? Who are they going to spend that money on? Jerry Rice? Because there isn't any free agents out there that are star free agents. Those have been combed over, and then some. One decision that I thought was very, very curious, that I was very curious I just was blown away by it. In terms of the New York Jets, is what they've done so far this offseason. So far this offseason, they signed Josh McCown and Teddy Bridgewater to 1-year deals. Teddy Bridgewater is only guaranteed for like a cup of coffee in terms of his salary. Very low. I think it's the veteran minimum of $710,000, but it could potentially put him in the multi-millions. Very weird contract. Basically all or nothing. Give us all, and you'll get all. Give us nothing, you'll get nothing in terms of his pay. Then you add in that they re-signed Josh McCown, who was their starter last year, to a 1-year, $10 million deal. I really thought Josh McCown did some really solid things for the Jets last year, And I thought he was far better than what I thought he was going to be, especially with the supporting cast around him. He had one solid season. I think it was 18 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Not great, but decent. And he was a good teammate. He did all the things that he needed to do to help the New York Jets be better. Solid leader in there, and that's a guy that I'm shocked has not landed in Buffalo at some point in his career. I mean, really, with all the quarterback issues that the Bills have had, I'm shocked that Josh McCown has not played for the Buffalo Bills at any point in his NFL career. It almost happened, but we got Tyrod instead. So a lot to be said there for that. They got two veterans on one-year deals, two veterans that everybody knows about. I wouldn't say Teddy is a vet, but he's got some years in the league. He's still very young. Teddy Bridgewater thing is a prove-it kind of deal. I guess you can't have too many options, especially at the quarterback position, but it's a lot of money invested in one position and a lot of capital, draft capital invested in one position because they are moving up, I think, to take a quarterback. I don't see Saquon Barkley being there third overall. I have him going first overall to Cleveland. Whether that happens or not is another story. If it doesn't, he should go to the Giants. If he doesn't go to the Giants, and the Jets have to choose between Saquon Barkley and a quarterback, you'd think they'd take Saquon Barkley. I would, being the fact that Barkley's the best player available. But for the sake of the mock, Barkley's already gone. Quentin Nelson, the guard, is already gone. So the Jets move up for the quarterback that they wanted to get. And that quarterback that the Jets select with the third overall pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Josh Rosen out of UCLA. Now, I've had a very mixed reaction to Josh Rosen. Do I think he can be a franchise guy? I do. But there are also things about him that make him very, very interesting for the wrong reasons. There's this talk out there among scouts that Josh Rosen doesn't really care about the game. I don't think that's necessarily true. I think in this day and age, in this era of football, which I'm going to always refer to it as the CTE era of football, where CTE became known around the league, to the current players, to the former players, obviously, in movies and things like that, and it also has affected the rules of football. Certain quarterbacks know that they're most inclined to get a concussion by playing the game. They get hit a lot and often. Even when the ball is released, sometimes guys get hit to the ground. Josh Rosen, I think, is smart enough to say, hey, I'm not going to play a 20-year NFL career like Tom Brady or Brett Favre, or a 16, 18-year career like Peyton Manning, or even maybe a 10-year career. Maybe 10 years you'll get out of Josh Rosen. Realistically, this guy has plans outside of the game that he's interested in, and for that, I think he's very smart for that. I don't want to see these guys leave this game and become vegetables. I want to see these guys prosper, get jobs outside of the game, and do well. I actually care about the players and stuff like that. I'm kind of funny in that way. Most fans just want to watch the game, and they don't really care what the end result is because these guys get paid a lot of money. My thing is, these guys do get paid a lot of money, but they put their lives out on the line. At any point, we could see any of these guys have a spinal cord injury. And that's really serious, or CTE. So Josh Rosen being this, I'm only going to play this long type guy, I don't think that's a bad thing. Might be a bad thing for the Jets, but I think it's very smart on his end. So that being said, I'm very excited to see how this kid pans out because I do think he has a lot of skill. He can definitely throw accurately. But who is he throwing to? And that's what I'm a little bit miffed by the Jets, that they gave up this many picks to move up just 3 spots to take a quarterback, take the quote-unquote best quarterback according to draft analysts, but really, this is a quarterback class where we don't know who the best quarterback is in this class. That's what makes it so intriguing. That's what's been the talk of the draft in 2018. The Jets move up 3 spots to get a quarterback that is perceived to be the best, but he might not be. Only time will tell on that front. But the Jets have needed a quarterback for a long time. Chad Pennington had his injuries, and ever since then they've had guys that have been cups of coffee on the Jets, or washouts, or believed to be washouts. Brett Favre. So, Jets, I feel, will take a quarterback here. I think the quarterback is going to be Josh Rosen. I don't know if that is going to end up a good move for Josh Rosen. I think he'll make the most of it, but I'm not sure the Jets will. And that's the difference. The Jets have a solid front seven. They did lose Muhammad Wilkerson. They have lost players, but I do think their future is bright, especially with their first-round pick last year, Jamal Adams. I really like Jamal Adams. Fantastic safety. So Josh Rosen goes 3rd overall to the New York Jets. 3 picks today, 3 picks tomorrow, so on and so on. We'll have Cleveland, Denver, and the Jets, and botch that. Cleveland, Denver, and the team that the Jets traded with, the Indianapolis Colts, back to back tomorrow. So first 3 episodes of 32 Picks in 32 Days are in the books. Tomorrow I'll be back on live for 4, 5, and 6. Cleveland, Denver, and the Colts. I'm Ryan Thomas. You just tuned into the Thomas Take Sports Podcast live on GrandstandSportsNetwork.com. Take care.